And we're back again. This is another episode of our Retrocity. We're doing our 15-minute show, so this is another one of our Rockstar engine games.
Yeah, the previous one, if you didn't see it, was Man 2, and now we're doing Bully, which is same engine. Game is very similar.
Well, it's not really similar. It's the same engine, but the similarity is literally in there. Here you play a school student, and there's
very little brutally murder people. With your mouse movement?
Not really. You just have an asshole for a mother and an asshole for a stepdad, and you basically go around. The name is very misleading. You're not really a bully. You beat up the bullies, and you can kiss dudes in the game, which was a very big deal for some of the conservatives back in America.
But it was like it wasn't originally Bully. It was the other thing. So
Yeah, it was
something Mortis Exus.
No, that's the game's subtitle. That's the school's subtitle. I think
that was like the original title, wasn't it?
I won't be surprised. I think it was something like that. The original casing didn't say bully.
Yeah.
The original casing was that.
It was the school.
Squirtum exum machina
Scrotum
diabolus. Yeah, something like that.
Deus Ex.
All the Latin words you can literally think of now. Tabula rasa.
That was just the title. It was just like a list of Latin words.
Just a shitload of Latin words. Anyway, the game starts right here with a little bit of opening video, and that's about as far as I remember playing the game. It's not a particularly fun game, because the controls are so bad on PC. The controls, they have not aged well. Game released in 2007.
I don't think I've ever played it on PC. I played it on PlayStation 2 back in the day. And it was a cool idea. I just think, because like, I remember the big... I mean, this was a while back. I remember a big thing of the game is that you had to like time, schedule stuff, which was actually just annoying.
Very annoying. Yeah. You have these classes you have to go to, and do very difficult, probably not difficult for many people, but these puzzles, these word puzzles and shit like that. Yeah. And that's really what fucked me in this game. Like, I really had a big time trouble with doing those.
That's actually why I didn't like the game. It was just
probably it's too difficult for me. Not just that, the controls are very bad. I'm not even kidding. This game has the worst controls of any game ever. It's very bad.
I remember back in the day with the GTAs on PlayStation, I was never a fan of. I don't know how people could play those games because it was the old PlayStation 2 of cycling between targets and shit. It was shit. I couldn't play it.
How did they actually make like the first Medal of Honor? The first Medal of Honor was on like PS1, and they didn't even have like the analog sticks.
I think that was just like
left, right, like an old school Doom shooter.
I played like that was Medal of Honor on the Underground, the PS1. Yeah. There's a port for it on the Game Boy, which I was quite, it's gonna maybe be cool, but it's like so bad, like, because you get like Doom on the Game Boy, which is Doom, pretty much, the details a bit less, but you don't notice it on the small screen. And you get a Duke Nukem Advance, which is the same. If you play it on a computer screen, it's gonna look shit. But on a Game Boy screen, it looks fine.
Yeah.
And you get a Serious Sam Advance, which is fine. If you play it on the small screen, everything looks fine. Nice pixel art.
Yeah.
But Medal of Honor Underground is like... The enemies is just like these weird blocks of color. It doesn't look human at all. It's just this color coming at you.
It is like that was something that like all PS1 games had for me. Like, I can't understand how people actually praised any graphics back in the day. No. Like, I can't fathom how people looked at a game back in like, let's say 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We're talking about like 95, maybe a little bit later, like the year 2000, okay? The year 2000. Like, looking back at those graphics, like, how could you be immersed in a game that looks like that?
But you have to also, like...
Yeah,
you know,
it's
the games
definitely the
before
time.
that, you know, look at the games that released in the
Yeah,
80s
no.
for like PC.
I was one of the people that got immersed, but now, looking back at
I
this,
remember like the first time I played Medal of Honor Allied Assault, I was like blown away.
Yeah, all
not
the
just
guns.
the graphics, but like it's not just like the standard, you know, linear first person like Duke
Yeah,
Nukem.
like scripted events and shit.
Like cutscenes and shit. It was like that was immersive, man.
Yeah, your gun.
Now you play it, you're like, holy shit! How did I like this game?
Yeah, your gun has like numbers and shit.
Yeah.
You actually make out the writing on it. It's fucking terrible, but you can still make out the writing on it, at least slightly. Yeah. Alright, so we have a little bit of a debate prepared for this one. Is it, well, based on the two games we played now, which is the Rockstar games, and both made on the same engine, do we think that it's actually fine for companies to use the same engine for 10, maybe even 15 years down the line? We look at, like, this game that had, I think, personally, was fine back in, like, 2005. Gaming industry was not nearly as big as it is today. You know, 2005, 2006, 2007, fuck it. Use the same engine. You're not making that much money anyway. Even though they were making a fuck ton of money with Vice City, with San Andreas, so forth. But specifically more towards the games like Bethesda games, which are, you know, from Oblivion through to Fallout 4, this very same engine, just extra shit added to it. Is it fine for companies to actually do that if they sell, say, a game like Skyrim, which made a piss ton of money, and still use the same engine?
I would say yes.
Why is your personal opinion
Because
that?
even though it's the same engine, I mean, they still, you know, the engine gets updated. You know, they write the games better. So there's definitely not like there's a difference.
A slight difference, but you still have the same problems you had in the beginning with the same engine. For instance, you know, the Oblivion engine that they use for all those games, you know, suffers from the same problem from Oblivion up to Fallout 4. Bugs, and some more fucking
Okay, but
bugs.
that's not because they use the same engine. That's
No, it's
because
I'm totally going to say that it's that engine.
No,
you know?
because a lot of other games use the same engine and they don't suffer from that problem because if you use the same engine, it's fine, but then fix the fucking bugs in the engine.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, I wouldn't agree with the fact that when you use the same engine and you don't fix the shit. That's not cool. But I'm cool with using the same engine, but fixing the bugs. You still have to update the engine.
I don't know. You know, it's like for instance, like what maybe if it's like an excellent engine, you know, like the one it uses for Rage, for Doom 4 now, and there was another game also with it. Wolfenstein was all the same engine as well. I think they actually changed that engine like.
No, but that's the thing. See, they use the same engine, but the engine gets updated.
You know?
Look at the Unity engine. I mean, so many games get made with the Unity engine.
But look at the other engine, like...
It's the same engine, it's the Unity engine, but they release updates for the engine and it just gets fixed.
I think Unity is a little bit different, though. I mean, that's like an indie...
It's a generic, general...
I mean, I can't say that, for instance, the Unreal Tournament, Unreal 2000, or the Unreal engine, you know, the latest one.
Yeah.
I don't think they suffer from, say, the same problem as Oblivion does. I mean, Oblivion uses the same engine from... You know, Oblivion, which released in like 2005.
But like also like when you look at bugs and stuff, that's also not just the engine. It's just like writing shit code, you know.
No, it isn't like that. But I mean, you can. We are comparing now a newer engine, which is the id engine, the id Tech engine 4, which is a much newer engine. They've only made 3 games thus far with it. We don't know how many more games they're going to make with it. But I mean, games like GTA used it a lot. You know, they used this engine up to they finally released Rockstar Table Tennis, which was the first game to use the Rage engine. So, you know, that's fine. I mean, they're still using the same engine, but it's not that old. But the Oblivion engine is very old. You know, and they're adding so much extra to the game, or this game engine, making it much more difficult for PCs to actually keep up with this, because there's so much extra shit piled onto the engine. Meaning the game is going to run very terrible on a lot of PCs. I don't know. It's a very difficult thing to, you know...
Like, I'm fine. Use the same engine, but change shit. Write better code. Be smarter. Also, the, you know, hardware changes.
Yeah.
You know, PCs can handle better shit.
Yeah. But, you know, Fallout 4 doesn't look even nearly as good as, say, Call of Duty's engine, which we'll talk about just now.
So, but that's not cool with me, you know, because if you look at the time between like fucking Oblivion and Fallout, that's maybe long enough to make major changes. Either release a completely new engine or make major changes to the existing engine.
I realize I just said that Black Ops 2 looks pretty good, but it doesn't actually. But that uses the same engine as well since Call of Duty 4. And it's the same issue. That game runs terrible on many PCs and still looks terrible because it's the same fucking engine constantly used.
Yeah.
Even though all of those games were, you know, massive successes. Massive successes. I mean, millions upon millions of dollars. More than enough to actually... Is it at this point just them not wanting to, you know, piss off their fans of the multiplayer game? You know, just the multiplayers. You know, they don't want to switch over from one multiplayer, say Call of Duty 4 to Call of Duty 6. You know, and it's the same engine, but the multiplayer is going to be exactly the fucking same. Is it just that reason?
For me, it's difficult to say in regards to Call of Duty because I don't really play them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're like a really big Call of Duty fan, and you're happy with how the game plays and looks, then it's fine.
If you're a fan of the multiplayer,
say,
then it's, you know, that's a little bit different. I don't think, you know, people that actually play like...
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
I also don't say innovate just for innovation's sake.
No.
But at some point, Call of Duty guys, they gotta realize that they're just pissing away. It's the same fucking thing over and over. I recently played Black Ops 3, which is so bad, like such a fucking bad game. I'm really pissed off. I really wanted to like the game. I really wanted to like it. I was looking for a fun shooter again, but what I ended up with was a Michael Bay explosion-gasm.
Yeah.
Just explosion-gasm from the start to the finish, you know. And the game's name is Black Ops.
Yeah. But that's not just the engine, it's, you know, it's a shit game.
It's a shit game. Yeah. It's not just the engine. But the engine causes the game to actually, you know, run very bad on almost all PCs. If you have like a mammoth PC, perhaps you stand a chance of running game rather well.
Yeah.
But if you have to spend $2,000, $3,000 on a PC and just to play Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on its peak, you're pissing away your money. That's not worth it.
But you have to remember, it's not just the engine, it's the way they engineer
the game. Yeah, I guess so.
You can use the same engine, well, like Unity. You can make like something really small and fucking 2D platformer, and if you put the effort in and you really know fucking engineering well, and fucking computer science, you can do something like way better, you know.
But you know, like the Unity engine is used for games that are pixel graphics to games that are, you know, extremely good looking adventure games, you know. So I don't think the Unity engine is a little bit different. I mean, for instance, like the Unreal engine, as I mentioned, you know, that's something different as well. You know, that's it was an engine literally built for other game companies to use as well. The Oblivion engine is definitely not built for that.
Yeah.
The id Tech 4 engine is perhaps built for that. You know, just in a slight...
Well, like the Quake engine. The Quake 3 engine was used in a lot of games.
Shitload of games.
And, I mean, it survived. It had a long lifetime. And if you look at the games like Quake 3 and games like later on that we use the same engine, there's a major difference.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say it's the same fucking engine, but it is.
It's been
updated and, you know, the people write better code.
I think it's literally just a Bethesda problem then. You know, it's just Bethesda, not you know...
But I also think, because they make like these massive open world games. Yeah. I mean, they give you more space in the game, and they, you know, sacrifice like bugs and shit.
At some point, you also got to say, you know, maybe the developers are just this comfortable at this point with this engine.
It's difficult, you know.
You know, they got to start. They don't want to start from scratch, not knowing anything from a new engine. You know, and they rather want to make a good game with the engine they know.
I mean, even with GTA, you know, there's a few bugs in that. But if you're gonna make a game that's that fucking big, it's bound to have some bugs. Sure, you can fucking iron out everything, but it's gonna take you maybe 5 years more to release the game.
Probably, yeah. Well, that's this episode of Retrocity. Hope you guys liked it. We're gonna try something new. Like I said with our previous episode, we're gonna start making 15-minute episodes. It's gonna make it easier for us to upload them and you know, give you guys a little bit more videos a little bit more frequently.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed this one.
Cheers.
Fuck you, kids! I fucking did my part, bro. You did, bro. I fucking.